So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to UKS Tips and Tricks.
Hi, everyone.
My name is Jeff. Jeff Masire. I'm sure you are seeing it. It's looking a little bit different today. It's not your normal, usual tips and tricks. Today we're doing it with a little bit more color and visuals in a way.
And vibe, if I
Yes,
may add.
definitely vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely vibes. So, welcome everybody, and I'm sure you're quite familiar with Miranda. She's been doing this for
Quite some time.
quite some time, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So, welcome everybody. It's gonna be an informative session. Beyond being informative, it's gonna be, I'd like to think, fun.
Yes, definitely fun.
Cool, cool,
Mhm.
So, welcome. I'll be just asking the questions, Miranda the questions, and then she'll just be explaining what the topic is all about today. So, maybe before we get to that, maybe let's start with getting to know Miranda a little bit because they've heard your voice, but they haven't actually
Seen my
you.
face.
The
Yes.
first time seeing you, né?
Yes, it is the first time.
All right then. Yeah, maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you actually do here at UKS.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. My name is Merenda Senoamadi Merenda. Here at UKS, I'm a junior cataloger. What we do most of the time is to provide front-end support to library management systems such as your Symphony, your Folio, and Koha. Another thing that we do is to provide training. You know, training is important because I feel like it's kind of pointless to just like sell these products to people, but at the end of the day, you don't train them. So we also provide training to these systems that we provide support for, so that the librarians can be equipped with enough knowledge so that they may use the system confidently and as well as to their fullest capacity. Yes, that's what I do in a nutshell. Yes.
Sounds fun in a complicated kind of way. That's how to put it. But
Yeah.
yeah. You do enjoy what you do.
I do. I love it so much, if I
And
have to
then
say.
and then what is it you enjoy most about working with the library system?
Okay, Jeff, what I love the most, I can say, is technology. You know, working with technology, it kind of takes me back to those days in my undergraduate days, you know, studying library and information science at the University of Limpopo. There is this law that is called like one of the 5 laws of librarianship by S.R. Ranganathan. One of the law was that a library is a growing organism. So those of you who did information science probably knows this law, like that a library is a growing organism. So this law has stuck with me for quite some time. Personally, when I think about the law, I wonder a lot because if I'm not mistaken, these laws were formulated back in the 19th century. So when I think about that and looking today at technology like advancement, your AI, like robotics, all these things that we see in libraries today, I can imagine.
Today's topic, you'll be introducing us to the map circulation. Maybe we can start maybe in simple terms. You maybe just explaining what is the circulation map.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeff. A circulation map, let's imagine a library front desk when the user is at the front desk borrowing a book from the library. What actually happens in the background and what determines like the condition of this particular checkout is the circulation map. It's not the librarian who guesses that this item can be due in 2 days or it should be charged R1 when it's overdue. It's actually determined by the circulation map. It determines the conditions that are applied to a particular checkout. Yes.
Okay. And then what does the circulation rule determine?
Okay, so the circulation rule, I know the manual never said this, but I feel like it's actually the heart of the circulation map because it contains the relevant conditions such as the billing structure and the loan period, which will determine like how long this item type should be charged out of the library. Yes, that's what the circulation rule does.
Okay, and then what could happen if maybe some of the lines that are placed are placed in a wrong order, for example?
On the circulation map.
Yes, on the circulation
Okay,
map.
so it's very important, like for the system administrator to confirm that the lines on the circulation map are placed appropriately, because what the circulation map does, or rather what the system does, when it is looking at the circulation map, it's looking from the bottom going up, meaning that the law that is appropriate, that it will, or rather the line, the first appropriate line that it will come across will be the one it applies, provided that it meets all the conditions. So it's very important that the system administrator confirms the order of these lines on the circulation map. Yes. And if I may answer your question, because you asked what could go wrong or what could happen, items would be charged like for days that are not supposed to be charged, because if it applies the wrong circulation rule, let's say the rule is connected to a loan period that is not appropriate to this kind of checkup, so it will be like incorrect checkout, so to say. Yes.
Okay. And then are there any examples maybe you can share with us?
Okay, in terms of the circulation map.
Yes.
Okay, so on the circulation map, we have the first thing that we have is the charging library, right? I'm not going to say them in any particular order. I'm just going to say them randomly. Is the charging library where the actual transaction takes place, right? The second thing on the circulation map will be the user profile. You see at the front desk where you are busy, at the circulation desk, when you input the user ID of the user, that user ID that is connected to an account is actually connected to a profile. The profile will determine the maximum charges, the bill threshold, among other things. And it is also connected to an access policy, which will determine what the user can do and cannot do on the system. The third component of the circulation map is the item type, right? So the item type will be, for example, book or magazine, journal, like different item types, like you can include them on the circulation map. The fourth component of the circulation map is the circulation rule, right? So going back to your question, Jeff, of the example, let's consider this scenario. Let's say we have a student at the main library borrowing a book, and the circulation rule that's being applied is the 14-day circulation rule. So what's going to happen is that the moment the student goes to the front desk to check out a book, the system will go through the lines of the circulation map from the bottom going up. And if it finds the line that speaks about the student and the main library and the book, then it will apply that rule, and then the circulation rule will be the 14 days. So that will be the circulation rule that it applies. I hope you answered, Jeff.
Yeah. That was some type of a mouthful.
Yeah.
But well explained and well articulated. So can more than one library or user profile or item type be included in the same line, for example?
Yes, it can be included, provided that maybe you want that more than one library to be subject to the same circulation condition. For example, if you want your students and your senior citizens to be subject to the same circulation conditions, or rather to check out books the same way, you can include them in the same line, as well as the libraries and the item types. It won't break the system. Yeah, it will not.
All right. And then the training.
Yes.
The training guide. So the training guide usually searching for matching lines from the bottom upwards.
Yes. So like that's basically saying that I think we've already explained that when you are performing a checkout at the front desk, what happens is that the system, when it's looking at the circulation map, I think me personally, my mind works like from up to bottom, but quite the opposite with Symphony. The circulation map will be read from the bottom going up, meaning that the first appropriate rule that matches this particular conditions will be applied. So it's very advisable to put those generic rules, such as like where it's all item types, all libraries, all user profiles should be at the top, so that they do not quickly be applied at the bottom. I hope that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Thank you very much for that explanation.
Yeah.
So I know that you have a demonstration for us.
Yeah.
But before we move into the system. Can you please maybe just share what an administrator should confirm before creating a circulation map?
Okay, I think the administrator should just confirm every single thing of the circulation map. It's very important to confirm that the correct profile is being used, the correct library is being used, the correct item type is being used, as well as the correct circulation rule is being applied, because you don't want to apply to you don't want librarians to perform incorrect transactions in the circulation desk. So yeah, it's very important, system administrators, for you to confirm that these are the rules that you want to apply, as well as to confirm on the map, the already existing map, if that rule is not already there. And if the rule is already there, it's very important for you to confirm its order, comparing it with the new one that you want to add. Like, do you want to add it on top of it or below it? So it's very important to confirm those kind of things. Yes,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you very much for that explanation and guidance.
Thank you, Jeff.
Maybe let me not take away more time from your demonstration. Maybe let's just quickly jump into it and then show us what you were talking about.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeff. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen. So for you to be able to access the circulation map wizard, you will go to the configuration module. When you get to the configuration module, you will see a group of wizards called the circulation configuration. Under the circulation configuration, as you expand it, you will see individual wizards. You will see your bill reasons, but the one that we are talking about today is the circulation map, is this wizard. When you click on it, you will see the existing map that has already been put in place. So at the like we explained previously, that the map will start from the bottom, meaning when a checkout is taking place, the system first confirms the library, the user profile, the item type, and if it finds that none of these conditions matches that particular checkout, it's going to look at the next at the next line, going like that. So as I said previously, that the order is very important, the order at which these lines are situated. And what I'd like to demonstrate is actually how to create a circulation map, how to create your own circulation map. So the first thing that you will do, you will click on create. You can either copy the existing one. If you want to copy the existing rule, you will just highlight it, and then you will click the copy here at the bottom. But for now, we are not going to be copying any rule. We're just going to be creating the rules from scratch. So you will click this button here at the bottom. The button is called create, right? You click on create. Just like every policy on the system, this line should have a name and a description. And the name must be a unique policy as well as the description. So for now, we may say testing. The second one will say testing 2, for example. And then this is the name and the description, right? So after you have input the name and the description, you will have to input the library. By default, it's saying all library. But if you don't want all libraries, like you want specific libraries on this line, you will, let me just go back. You will click on this diamond here, and then you will put your cursor on the list instead of all, so that you will be able to select the appropriate library or libraries that should be in this particular line. And if you remember previously, Jeff asked a question about whether it's possible for more than one library or more than one item type or more than one user profile to be on the same line. And yes, it's possible. In this screen, instead of selecting maybe the main library only, you can select the main library and maybe ST if you want this library maybe to be combined with the libraries that we choose to make a certain condition of a checkout. So the user profile for now, let's just select the test profile, and the scanner profile, we are just selecting and select OK. And then on the item type, remember now you are making a combination. First, you've selected that the main library and ST library and scanner and the test profile. These are the two selections that you have already made, right? Then the next thing, you will select the item type, right? So you will click the diamond, select list, and select the item type and select OK, right? And then you will select the circulation rule. For example, let's say you select 14 days and then you save. What this line is going to tell us, it will tell us that when main library or ST library is a charging library and the user that is charging books in the front desk is maybe belonging to one of this profile and is checking out a book, the rule that will be applied will be the 14-day rule, right? So this will be how this kind of profiles will be circulating material at main library and ST library. Then after that, you will click on save, right? Yeah, Jeff, that's it with how to create a circulation map. I don't know if the participants have any question.
Yes, definitely. All questions are welcomed. If you have any questions or maybe even comments you wanna share with us, our chat section is open for you guys. So please do throw in a chat. Tell us where you're joining from, which library or space that you are in. Just throw it in the chat and then greet one another, show some love.
Yes.
So yeah, at the moment I'm not seeing any questions. So if colleagues do have questions, please do throw them in the chat and then let Merenda answer them while she's still charged and fired up.
Yes. If there is any question, guys, feel free to drop them in the chat box, or alternatively, you can send an email to rfa@uks.co.za if you encounter any challenges. And in the absence of any questions, that will bring us to the end of our session, unless Jeff would like to add something.
One last time, where do they reach out for you when they have questions?
Okay, they will reach out to rfa@uks.co.za. Yes.
Awesome. And that actually brings us to our to the end of our session.
Yes.
It was a quick, short, and I'd like to think very informative session.
Yes.
So thank you everybody for making time to join us. Looking forward to see you on the
after 2 weeks.
Yes, on the next one, tips and tricks. So this will be the new flow of how we're gonna be running this session. So like we said, we are planning to make it a little bit more engaging, a little bit more fun. So have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye.